What's up, party people? Cheers. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Yeah, it can't always be alcohol. Sometimes you gotta take a break. Alcohol every day, it's not sustainable. So I get home and I got some time to kill, and I thought I'd play some World of Warcraft because it's winter and there's no real going outside. And that got really boring really quick. So I was like, Star Wars, the Old Republic. Let's try that shit. And so I create an account, download everything, log in, and I start playing a bounty hunter. And one of the first quests I got to was this woman who has broken up with her husband, and her husband has taken her son. So I'm like, okay, that's not cool. But then it turns out she wants to send the son off to this Sith. If you don't know Star Wars, it's the bad guys. She wants to send the kid off to bad guy school. And the father is like, no, man, I want my kid to be a fucking accountant or whatever the fuck he's doing. So your job as the bounty hunter is to hunt down the fucking husband. And so you find the husband and you have these options. And the game is all about options, and you have the choice to be a bad guy or a good guy. And I chose to let the husband take the kid to wherever the fuck they were going, someplace awesome. And I lied to the bitch and I took the fucking reward, because fuck her, that stupid fucking cunt. Right? Because the phrase toxic masculinity has come up way too fucking much, way too fucking often. And that's just not a thing. Toxic means poisoned, right? So toxic masculinity is poisoned masculinity. And what has it been poisoned by? Like, when you think about it, it's basically men who have been toxified, poisoned by some other ideology other than masculinity. Because masculinity is all about protection, providing, being heroic, standing between the people you love and the danger approaching. That's masculinity. You know, striving for more, being competitive. And all of those things are fucking awesome. And what's poisoning that nowadays is feminism. And feminism, when it first started, was great. Equal rights, the vote, all that shit. That's fucking fantastic. Nowadays, it's all about emasculating men and destroying masculinity, because it's being run by bitter fucking old cunts who fucking hate masculinity because they got burned or they got rejected. So now they want to burn and reject all fucking men. And that's a bad way to go. Men have it hard enough. I mean, you're not going to hear this a lot in the media, but like, men kill themselves 4 times more than women. Men have a way higher incidence of rape. I think it's like 5 times more men are raped than women. Yeah. It doesn't happen on the street, but it fucking happens, man. And it's a horrific thing when it happens to anybody. Men are, like I said, way more likely to fucking commit suicide. Women attempt suicide more often, but men actually do it. Because women want the attention that comes with an attempted suicide. Men actually, when they decide to do it, they use lethal force. And that's not good. We're killing men off at a fucking way higher rate. Men are way more addicted to opiates and antidepressants. And there's a real epidemic of just horrible shit happening to men. And nobody gives a fuck. They totally give a fuck about that myth, that fucking 70 cents on the dollar or whatever the fuck it is. The wage gap. The wage gap is way more important than your son actually fucking killing himself because society doesn't give a rat fuck about him, which is insane. It's absolutely fucking insane. When are we going to start caring? I mean, men care about women and children. That's our primary driver, is protecting and providing for women and children. That's what we do. That's what we're built for. So why do you want to take that away? How is that fucking toxic in any way? Here's another thing that got me. I collect comic books. So I go to the comic book store and I notice that my childhood superheroes aren't men anymore. They're women. They've been replaced by girls and women. And that's not a good thing, because at one point we were showing boys that it was important to be a hero, to be honorable, to be honest, to stand up for people who couldn't stand up for themselves, and to fight for what's right. And now that's called toxic masculinity. So instead of just making new comic book heroes that were women, which is fine, they've taken away what little boys want to strive for. Here's the thing. I've raised 2 boys. And when you talk to these boys when they're little, and you talk to them about being heroic and standing up to bullies and defending women and defending children and being a fucking hero, their eyes light up because that resonates. You're touching a part of their soul. It's like that caveman part that they don't really have any control over, but it resonates. So taking away those things to strive for isn't helping anybody. It's not helping any of us. And what you're getting is a lot of confused fucking motherfuckers who have nothing to strive for, right? I like holding a door open for a chick. I like paying for dinner. And when the shit hits the fan, your son wants to jump in and be the hero. The feminist son pulls out his fucking cell phone and starts recording. And then he's going to post it on Twitter and say, "Look at what a victim I was when I saw this woman being victimized today." And that's fucking horrible, man. You gotta cut that shit out. You're not doing the world any fucking favors. You're pussifying these fucking boys. So, yeah. That's what happens when I don't drink. Shit gets serious, man. Don't be a fucking asshole. We're all fucking cavemen. if you want to think that we've gone through some huge evolutionary change in the last fucking 50 years, you're an idiot. We're not. We haven't. Boys need to be heroes. Boys need to be superheroes. You need to teach your son that he is a fucking superhero. You tell that boy. If you have a son, let's say this. You have a son and a daughter. You teach your daughter that she has every opportunity to be whatever she wants to be, and you will support her and love her no matter what her choices will be. And you teach your son that he is a fucking superhero and he should strive to be the best, the strongest, the most heroic, honorable, truth-telling person there is, because that's in his essence. And if you say those things to him, watch his eyes light up. If you tell your son that, no, you're the same as a girl, here's your dress and your makeup, you'll see him fucking slump down, because that's not in his nature. And anyone that tells you that boys and girls are the same has never raised a boy and a girl straight up, because they're not the fucking same. So, read some fucking Freud, man. Like, fucking get a clue. Anyways. Cheers.